I am back. Rudrance for Black and White Network. If you're new to the channel, hit subscribe, like, comment. Let me know what you think about this in the comments section. It's awfully odd because Joe Biden loves to label conservatives and Republicans, MAGA Republicans, as being extremists. So does the media. I find that odd because it seems that if I'm going crazy, the summer of love, George Floyd's summer, and so many of the other incidents that's happened around the country, that Christian school in Nashville, well, those acts were carried out, if I remember correctly, and I know I'm not forgetting it, I know I'm not getting it wrong, those acts were perpetrated by people that are going to lean left. Well, this was also not conservatives that did this, in my estimation, as there was threatening letters containing a white powder that was sent to Donald Trump and Clarence Thomas and several other conservatives. The letters were intercepted by the USPS, luckily, but this is troubling. It also breaks a lot of the narratives about who's really trying to cause violence around the country, but okay, I digress. A number of letters containing white powder have been mailed to conservative politicians across the country in recent days, with Kansas City Republicans alone receiving around 100 since Friday. Among those targeted by the sender, who identified themselves as your secret admirer, were former President Donald Trump and Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas. While many of the letters made it to their intended destinations, those addressed to Thomas and Trump were intercepted by the United States Postal Service. Authorities have since deemed the white powder included in the envelopes to be harmless. Doesn't mean it makes you much less weary of the goings-on involving whatever's going on here. You know, a lot of times I feel like things like this is what I like to refer to as a trial run. Yeah. Let's see what can happen. Let's see what gets through. Let's look for some weak points. Where can we slip past somebody that's watching for something just like this? That being said, both the Federal Bureau of Investigation, good God, and the U.S. Secret Service are still monitoring the situation. According to ABC 7, many Kansas lawmakers were, quote, shaken by the experience, with Republican State Rep. Steve Owens describing it as, quote, terrifying. Quote, this is not okay, Representative Tori Marie Blue wrote in a Facebook post, explaining that she had received a call from a local sheriff on Friday evening warning her to, quote, be careful with her mail, alerting her there could be a white substance in it. The Kansas Bureau of Investigation, the FBI, and the local fire department and bomb squad all showed up at Blue's house to make sure she and her family were safe. Quote, preliminary tests have returned from the lab indicating the substance is presumptively negative for common biological agents of concern, the KBI announced soon after. As KMBC 9 reports, the letter was cryptic, using mismatched fonts in different languages. My God, somebody's been watching terrorists on film. Quote, salutations, it began. To honor your recent accomplishments, I send you a gift from the exclusive Astruck Baruch collection. What? It is important not to choke on your ambitions. Darth Vader said that in Rogue One. Not the first part, but the important not to choke on your ambitions. I'm pretty sure he said that to Ben Mendelsohn's character in Rogue One. Yeah, I know every video is not about Star Wars, but I just thought I'd bring that up. Republican State Senator Molly Baumgardner indicated she believed the message was, quote, intended to be threatening, no shit, noting that only Republicans had been targeted. Quote, everybody has to be concerned, she said. Everyone has to take this and any other subsequent threat like this very seriously. Of course you do. Wow. That is absolutely crazy. I wonder how often this happens and we don't necessarily find out about it. How many different ways they say that a lot of the terrorism threats we have across the country are foiled and the public is never even made aware of it. So I wonder if this happens routinely and it just doesn't get out to politicians around the country. I cannot imagine in this day and time, somehow, some way, these kind of things wouldn't be leaked. Does it shock me that Clarence Thomas and Donald Trump were among the potential recipients? No. Those are possibly two of the most prominent people that we know trigger leftists. Trump, Clarence Thomas. I mean, the abortion issue became a massive deal. We all remember Lori Lightfoot going out there, running her mouth about Clarence Thomas. This is what happens when you have a breakdown of nipping things in the bud before it gets out of hand. And what I mean by that is defunding the police, elevation of criminals, and the other thing, when you show people openly protesting against Supreme Court justices in front of their homes, which is something that's not supposed to happen, by the way. They're not supposed to allow any of this to go down. They're supposed to be stepping in and considering those kinds of things to be serious, and we know the leftists did not. They let it happen. If you give an inch, people will take a mile. We know that. And it's frightening. The fact is, a lot of these leftists, especially those in the media, something happened to Clarence Thomas or Donald Trump, they're not going to care. I mean, we had one the other day just conveniently slip up and say Trump should be shot and then stopped, flung out of her mouth. My point in that video was, oh, she must be real comfortable in saying that. That's what they always say about anything else that slips out from the other side, right? Context or not, you get the point. Wow. That's pretty crazy. That's pretty frightening. It's pretty concerning where we're at as conservatives in this country right now. I mean, there's only a few politicians out there with their heads on straight. And even the ones that we think had their heads on straight don't. Tell me what you think in the comments section below. Black and White Network supporters, make sure you subscribe on podcast. All of our podcasts, of course, all of our audio from all of our videos is available wherever you choose to get your podcasting from. Subscribe to the channel. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.